Oh, hello there, Internet. Hello, world. Hello, Does It Toggle and DEVCYCLE, friends, family, and feature flag fans. It is I, Andrew, your friendly neighborhood DEVCYCLE developer advocate, back on the air again. I just came off a 2-hour recap of that conference, the After That stream over on the That YouTube channel. And while many of my guests that were in there, many of my new feature flagging friends that I made in Wisconsin last week are just came off of their own series of live streams and are disappearing to their own things, I needed to close down over there so that I could come here for all of you to explore the age-old question that you did not even know that you had. Does it toggle? Now, if this is your first Does It Toggle stream, let me tell you a little bit about what you have walked into. So if you are new to the channel, my name is Andrew. I'm a developer advocate at DEVCYCLE, which is the channel that you are on right now, either on LinkedIn or on YouTube or on Twitch, not on X anymore because of money. And I work for a company called DEVCYCLE. We're a feature flag management platform, so you can use us to manage your feature flags in your mobile application or web application or desktop application or whatever application that you have. You can put DEVCYCLE feature flags in it. On these streams, I aim to explore technologies that I haven't explored before live on stream, and try to add feature flags to them. So what do I mean by that? I mean that I'm going to go and I'm going to try and I'm going to spin up a brand new dev environment for a new technology from the very ground up. I've never touched most of these technologies before the stream, before today especially. And then we kind of see how easy it is to add feature flags to that technology. Now, while you are here, your goal should be to laugh along with me as I fumble my way through some of these technologies, provide feedback, just learn. This is all the process of learning and exploring. All of it is experiential. You got to go through it to really kind of take something away from it. And so, yeah, that's kind of what we're here for today. So if you are watching the stream and you could let me how my audio sounds, so I am on the right microphone, I'm listening on the right speakers, we got some music in the background. Let me know how my audio is. Let me know how my video is. I think all of it should be good. I'm watching myself on the screen here right now and it seems fine. So on today's stream, we're going to be doing a technology that I have been purposefully avoiding for a while, that I just need to get over. What is that thing, you may ask? Well, that thing is Ruby on Rails. What is Ruby on Rails? You say, ask Facebook. We're going to do a little bit of a deep dive into what Ruby on Rails is. We're going to spin up a new Ruby on Rails project. We're going to use the DEVCYCLE Ruby SDK. We're going to use the OpenFeature SDK. If you don't know what any of these are, don't worry. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, we're going to kind of hang out. We're going to hang out for a couple of hours together and see what we can create. And I'm going to do it all live for you here. And then if you want to recap and see any of the stuff, you can just come in and watch me. Yeah. So I am going to spin up a couple of things, but just give me 1 second. I just need to respond to a message. But while you're here, let me know if you're here in chat. I see Anthony's here. Thanks for being here, Anthony. If you're here on Twitch, say hello. If you're here on YouTube or if you're on LinkedIn, be sure to say hello in chat while I send this message. All right. All right, here we go. Okay, so let's get a screen share up. Let's get all of this stuff working. Let me close this window because we don't need that anymore. I don't need this anymore. I don't need this. Maybe I need this. I don't know. We're going to see. I'm going to move you over there for a second. Let me get a screen share up here. Oh, you don't need my 1Password. Let's go screen share here. Window, entire screen. Let's do entire screen because, you know, why not? Y'all can see what I've got going on my desktop, which is nothing super exciting. Share screen. Here we are. We're sharing our screen. I also feel like I probably need to update my Mac OS. I want to say Sonoma 14.5 needs an update, but that's not for today. What is for today? A little bit of VS Code. So let's get a new window open. Ruby on Rails. Okay, let's get this open here. Ruby on Rails. It's a web framework. If y'all have not been here before, you'll know a web framework is kind of my jam. I love building in web. My favorite framework, my favorite MVC framework is Laravel. I love it to death. It's just every project that I build personally is in it. And yet I'm going to explore Rails today. And I'm also really interested and excited here because I didn't realize that Rails World was happening in Toronto this year. This is good to know. 37 Signals, Shopify, Creator of Ruby is going to be there. I feel like I realized Ruby was, yeah, Toby. Of course, all the Canadians are going to be there. And so these are some big name speakers. 37 Signals, by the way, is the company behind Basecamp, Zendesk, Spectre Security, MongoDB, a lot of Shopify, Harvest, a lot of 37 Signals in Shopify, some Instacart stuff. Yeah, some big names on there. And so if you're, and it's sold out now, so we can't get in there anyways, but Ruby on Rails, I believe, if I find the Wikipedia, I'm pretty sure this was created by Facebook, ? But I might be wrong. I feel like this was created, Hanson, for Basecamp. That's what it was. Extracted Ruby on Rails on the project management Basecamp. I knew it was something. It was either, oh, you know what? Facebook invented React and Basecamp created Ruby on Rails. So it totally makes sense that 37 Signals is going to be leading this because 37 Signals is the company behind Basecamp. They've also written a number of books. There's a lot of books that are in there that they've written. There's obviously been some, Hey as well, like some big stuff that they've created. But obviously the biggest one that I think a lot of people have heard of is Ruby. Now, I, for a long time, thought Ruby on Rails was its own thing, but Ruby on Rails is a web framework for Ruby. So you can do Ruby without doing Ruby on Rails, but we're going to be doing Ruby on Rails today, which may be a mistake, but we're going to see. Now, the thing that I like about Ruby that I think is going to make this a little bit easier is the fact that it is an MVC framework, which I find easier to wrap my brain around in terms of the way that it's set up. And so what MVC stands for, if you don't know this, is model, view, controller. So basically you have a model that defines how your data is used in the database. You have a view, which obviously controls the view, and then the controller, which shows what's in the view. And so I think that is... that's kind of the idea here. So we're going to spin one of these up in a second. So let's do this. Let's go into our guides. Let's go into our, holy moly, lots of stuff that they've created. Hey, oh, GitHub. That's right. GitHub is also built on Ruby on Rails, I think. GitHub, Ruby on Rails. Model view controller. Building GitHub with Ruby on Rails. Yes. Yeah, Ruby on Rails monolith. Yeah, so interestingly enough, GitHub is not open source, but GitHub is built on Ruby on Rails as well. So if you're using GitHub, you're using Ruby on Rails. Let's go into our docs here. Foundation team guides. All right, getting started with Rails. How to install Rails, creating a Rails application. What is Rails? I kind of already explained that. Now, I think on Mac OS, we automatically get a version of Ruby. We're going to see here, though. We're going to open this up. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Do I want to update? Yes. Nice. Some updates there. Like, bump that up. All right, Ruby version. What do we got? Ruby 2.6. So this is the built-in version. I wonder if this is going to work. Rails requires Ruby 2.7 or older. To install operating system Ruby Lang. All right, I want to install the most up-to-date version. There's some weird things that happen. Oh wait, so it needs 2.7. What did I say? 2.6? Okay, what was our version? Our version is 2.6.10 2022. So we need an updated version. So let's go and see. I think the first thing we're going to need to do is Ruby on Rails. So Ruby update macOS. Because I don't necessarily want to do it the way that we would normally do it macOS. I mean, home, yeah, I guess we can do brew install. I just worry because then you have two versions of it. Like there's a default version. I mean, let's try it. Let's see. I think this is going to break something, but we're going to find out. Or maybe I've sold it in. Hey, Gold Cell. Welcome. All right. We're just installing Ruby right now. And now I haven't used Homebrew in like a month. And so this is going to do some Homebrew updates. So we're going to just kind of hang out here, checking out what's going on. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we do have some Ruby stuff that's installing here. Only 19 outdated formulae, 3 outdated tasks. We're going to get through there. New formulae, new tasks. Bunch of stuff in there. Meta Quest Developer Hub. We got stuff going on here. And you can see stuff over here. I got to delete some of these too. Ooh, maybe I don't want to delete these yet. Let's just let them be. All right. So... beautiful. We're here, we're doing stuff. Okay, I think we're there. So let's go Ruby. I think Ruby-V is going to return the same thing. Maybe I need to close. I'm going to close this and then I think reopen it and it might work. I also might need to do a path change here. Ruby-V. Yeah, so it's still returning that. Installing Ruby Brew. Where are you hiding? If you're watching the stream and you know, okay, use Ruby from Brew versus built-in on macOS. This is like the joy of doing these things live. How can I switch to Ruby installed using Homebrew? How can I switch to OS X, use a brew link overwrite Ruby after installing Ruby via Homebrew? I wonder if this is going to work. Oh, which Ruby? Can I do that? Let's see if this works. Restart or reopen your terminal. All right, let's try this. Ruby is keg only. It must be linked with force. If you need to have link force, Ruby is keg only. So let's investigate this. If you need to have the software first in your path instead, continue running. Let's run this. Let's see if this works. Okay, and I think we need to restart here. All right, thanks all for tuning in on our Friday afternoon. We got a bunch of people watching, which I'm pretty happy about. Ruby-V, I feel like this is going to be a journey for us today. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we've got Ruby 3.3.4. It worked. Praise be. Let's go. All right, so we're good there. We're good there. We got Ruby installed. Now we need to go back to Ruby on Rails setup. And again, if you're just tuning in, we are doing Ruby on Rails today. Why? Why not? Because I have wanted to play with this for a while, but I get a scared of things, and so let's get on a scared together. All right, creating new Rails project. Okay, so we've got our Ruby version, SQLite. I feel like SQL will. I feel like it'll ship with this, but let's see. It might not ship with it. Okay, come on. Okay, ship SQLite version. Okay, we got SQLite. Sick. Gem install Rails. Do you automatically get gem? Can I go like gem-v? Okay, good. All right. So gem is there. So we're gonna do gem install Rails. And now I wonder where this is going to install this, or maybe I'm installing the, like, I don't actually know what is installing here. So we're going to see this together. I mean, I can see what's installing here, and y'all can see, I mean, not as big as I probably should have it, but you can see what is installing here. Yeah, here we go. Awesome. Amazing. Okay, so we got Ruby stuff, Ruby on Rails stuff here installed. Let's see if our Rails/v. Oh, Rails/v -v. Okay, good. So we got that. Rails new blog. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do the blog. Let's follow the process. Rails new blog. All right, sudo gem. You can rerun your Rails command. Sudo Rails is not currently installed on the system. To get the latest version, simply type. Didn't we just install it? You can then Rails, hold on, Rails-v. It's not installed. Sudo gem install Rails. That's weird. Okay, so let's wait here. One gem installed. Done installing. All right. Are we gonna try now? Let's see. Rails new blog. Rails is not, oh, maybe I need to close this. The like joys of terminal work. All right, let's see. Rails blog. Rails is not currently installed on this system. Sudo gem install Rails. Then you could rerun your Rails. Sudo gem install Rails. Oh, I think I put in the wrong password. Oh no, I got it. One gem installed. Okay, Rails -B. Rails is not currently installed. Why do we keep getting that? Rails is not currently installed in the system. Rails keeps telling me it's not currently installed. RVM install. Use RVM to manage different Rubies and their sets. RVM. So maybe I should have used RVM. If you are running a Rails command immediately after installing Rails, you need to restart your terminal before your commands will be recognized. I had this problem today, not completely ready to since on this page. I thought Google answered for Rails, not going to install it without an answer. Oh boy, I need to use Ruby. I mean, maybe I'm using the wrong Ruby version. Ruby-V. No, I'm using the right version there. Do I need to install RVM? Okay, I was getting the same exact issue, but with RVM after verifying it correct. I think I'm gonna have to install Ruby version manager, and I think I'm gonna have to remove, what did I do up here? I feel like I did something where I went into here. I feel like it was something here. I need to, okay, how do I need a test. So add command to bash rc. Is it bash rc? Where do I find what I was looking for though? Path. Okay, maybe I just need to search for this. So let's go into search bash rc. No, I don't want to search there. Search the web. No. Right here, bash rc. I don't know, folks. I feel like it's not bash rc. Maybe if I just go, is it nano that you end up with on here? cd? No, it's not there. No such file there. No such file. So I don't bash rc. So I'm gonna need to install macOS bash rc alternative for Mac. Oh, that's what it was. ZSHRC. Where to find this? It doesn't exist by default. Terminal and type open. I don't think this will work, but we'll find out. Here we go. Oh, okay. So I think we just added this Ruby thing down here. Okay, we did, but we want to remove this now. And actually, I'm going to remove. So this should now, if I delete this, save, close, close my terminal, close it completely. And now I'm going to open it again, and then I'm going to go Ruby-V, and it's going to be the old version. Awesome. Now I'm going to install Ruby version manager, Ruby version manager. All right, RVM. Awesome. Okay, get Ruby's with each. Do I want to use RVM? If you're watching this, Ruby people, RVM or RBEV? And I feel like it's this one, Ruby version manager. Stable release 3 years ago. Seems like a long time. Is this still actively maintained? GitHub? Railcast, Autolib. Oh, here we go. Yeah, RVM versus... We're going down the whole Ruby. I knew that this was going to happen, and I am glad I'm doing it with all of you. RBENV. There are two Ruby managers. I've used RVM for ages. Okay, I was at work. I installed Ruby on Rails using RBENV. So your colleague uninstalled it, insists that it handles it better. What are your thoughts? I used to use RVM, but got bit one too many times by the amount of crap that they put onto your shell env. Overriding CD just insane. There are at least 3, and chruby is the least invasive. Okay. chruby. All right, let's see what this does. Changes the current Ruby. All right, how do I use this? Install there, make install, chruby, PGP, setup. chruby also includes setup script, call chruby, homebrew. Okay, or the absolute latest. Okay, let's do this. Let's install. Woo, we're doing all the things, people. Paste. All right, let's install the chruby. Hey, Leviathan, welcome, welcome. We are doing some Ruby stuff today. To reinstall. chruby is already installed and up to date. Have I done Ruby stuff before, people? Ruby install Ruby. You can also use Ruby install.rubies. All right, bash rc configuration. How to use chruby? Holy moly. How to use chruby. You know what? You've come to the right place. Leviathan, you're here. We're doing coding. We're making things in Ruby. So you're here. We're doing some feature flag stuff, but we're not there yet. But welcome if it's your first time here. We're doing some code. You get to walk along and enjoy the process. Install Ruby with chruby. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I've got that. Oh, I also need to install Ruby install. What? Hey, Assyrian. The only thing I know is Unity, Godot, Unreal. Hey, Scratch. Scratch is what I should have feature flags in Scratch. I feel like I could do that, but it would be less straightforward. You're learning Ruby today. Today is a Ruby learning day. Ruby install. I like that they say you'll see the beer marks. All right, Ruby install v. Add chruby. All right, let's see if this is going. Okay, good. Let's see what version we get here. Good, 0.9.3. Open E this. All right, let's put this. Do what it says. All right, and then at the bottom here, we're gonna add configuration commands to chruby, enable chruby. Okay, let's add this stuff to the bottom of our file. Make sure you know what's actually going on. So this is all chruby related stuff. Gotta try Scratch. Want to see what goofy thing you would make. Yeah, definitely try Scratch. If you don't know what Scratch is, where have you been? Scratch is a visual programming language, I guess. It's often like kids kind of use it to learn some of the fundamental programming stuff, but I love it. I love Scratch. Okay. And okay. First two lines with the hash character are comments. Yes. Third line makes chruby available in the shell. The fourth line will automatically switch the current version of Ruby when you change directories if a hidden file indicates. The final line makes Ruby version 3 the default in the term. Close and reopen. After closing. Did we install a specific Ruby version somewhere? I don't feel like we did. Oh, I see. So it's going to install this one. I mean, fine. Save. Great. Close and reopen the terminal for the changes to be recognized. What does bro tell me when I use it? Gotta try some Scratch. All right. Command not found. chruby. All right. chruby-v. chruby. Did we not install chruby? I thought we did. Brew install chruby. Brew install chruby. It's already installed and up to date. Brew reinstall. Brew reinstall chruby. Yeah, I'm dead too. Don't worry. It's not just you. Brew install, reinstall chruby. Downloading. Maybe it's because we have chruby is maybe built in. Clean up chruby. Disable this behavior. Okay, let's try chruby again. It's not found. It's not finding chruby. Ruby install latest. Ruby install latest. It's so weird it's not finding chruby. chruby not found. chruby not found after I install it. Okay. Source. Oh, hold on. Brew, add source user chruby. Okay. So I need to add that. There we go. Oh, where'd it go? Here. No, not that. Okay, we need to go and open this one. Okay. And then I think we local share to bash rc. So I feel like maybe it's just the command that we're using. Bash rc, bash profile, terminal. For those instead of adding source into bash rc. Oh, we got lots of Ruby stuff going on today, people. This is a Ruby struggle bus day. Source Ruby 3.1.2. What's the source instead of? Okay. I mean, this is 2022, so this is maybe not the best one. Okay, add the following. Hey devs, I just had complete stage shell. Okay, let's try this. It would not cause this many problems. You're not wrong. All right, let's add this in here. I'm gonna get rid of this like pre-install. I don't think it's actually gonna do what we think it's gonna do. Let's do that. Let's restart our terminal. Let's try chruby again. Okay, we're getting chruby. Awesome. Oh, ruby-v. So, okay, so we're, oh, okay, chruby. So what were we meant to do here? Install Ruby with chruby. Chruby, Ruby 3.3.0. Ruby install latest. I mean, we're gonna do some stuff. We're gonna do some stuff now. So we're chruby is there. Ruby install latest. Oh, latest is deprecated. That's fine. It's still working, and so deprecated is okay. Stable Ruby versions. Ruby 3.3.4. Choose Ruby install with the newest Ruby. Can I just do this? Hold on. Let me do newest version. Okay, let's go. Ruby install Ruby 3.3.4. Okay, good. Okay, nice. And it is installing into, it's not Brew that's doing this now. So I feel like this should be good. Okay. And maybe we're going to see here. We're going to see what happens. I'm not sure. Again, I'm new to Ruby. This is kind of my first exploration with it. I love that everybody's here, by the way. Asterion, Leviathan, Anthony, Serene, like, thank y'all for being here. Needing the love today. Definitely needing the love today. All right. You've got questions, by the way. Feel free to ask. We're gonna be coding some stuff, but this is all about just learning as well. It's not just about the code. And I want to help. All right, lots of stuff installing. I don't know whether this is good, bad, indifferent. Let's go. All right. I mean, feel free, Leviathan, to share it out, and I'm happy to take a peek. Potentially. We'll see. What does it toggle mean? No, it's all right, Asterion. So yeah, let me tell you, while this is installing, so I work for a company called DEVCYCLE. So where you are right now, you're on the DEVCYCLE channel. We're a feature flag management platform. And so if you are not sure what a feature flag is, let me show you what are feature flags. So this is like the idea of a feature flag. So in some application, you might have a toggle in your code to turn on dark mode or light mode. That turning on the toggle on and off based on sort of a variable would be a feature flag. So it's basically a conditional statement that you put in your code that you control somehow. So this is an example, really simple, of a bunch of different feature flags in a really simple React component. So here, what's actually going on, and I don't know if we're going to be able to see it here. I don't know if I can dig into this. I feel like I probably can, but it might be hidden, question mark. Some of the actual logic stuff. Yeah, it is. But basically the toggling that you see here is all controlled by feature flags somewhere. If you use Instagram or Threads or Twitter or any of these social media platforms and a new feature rolls out, it's all behind a feature flag where they decide who sees it. And so what I do on this stream is I look into the idea of how do you add a feature flag into some random application? And so today I'm actually looking at adding feature flags into a Ruby on Rails project. But to get there, I needed to install Ruby on my device, an updated version of Ruby, so that I can then install Ruby on Rails. And it's still installing. Goodness gracious. Holy moly. Cleaning Ruby, compiling Ruby. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Asterion. It's still going. I mean, we're gonna see. I might have regretted this decision. I might have just caused more problems. You'll see diagnostic message as it updates. Or maybe this is just the way that you do it. Installation may take up to 30 minutes or more. I don't think it's gonna take that long. I'm running a pretty hefty device. I think we'll be able to get it in there. It's okay though. Let's go take a look in this Ruby stuff. So this is where kind of we got blocked. We tried to install this. It wouldn't actually find the Rails version. I don't think it's true, Leviathan. I think that it's not going to take that long. 30 minutes is kind of crazy. I don't know. We'll see here. We'll see what happens. I don't think it's going to take 30 minutes. I feel like it's going to take a lot less. Like, it's basically compiling stuff right now though. So maybe, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on here. I mean, in fairness, like, you do homebrew, like sometimes that takes a while too. Parsing sources. It's also something about virtual environments. Imagine it takes 29 minutes. I would be dead, just dead. That's when I drop Skull and Crossbones into the chat. But I don't think it's gonna take that long. I really don't. I feel like they give you these things so that you're aware. Okay, successfully installed. So let's go ruby-v. Okay, and let's close this and then go ruby-v. Successfully installed. So let's go there. Let's close this. See if this worked. It might not have. Ruby-v. Ruby-v. Still 2.6. Install Ruby with chruby. 3.3. That's why. chruby. And we installed 3.3.4, so I actually do need to add this into here. Okay, chruby 3.3.4, I think is what we installed. Yeah, so let's save that. Let's put this down here. Let's close our terminal again. I think it should do the work now to like reset it, but I don't know. We'll find out together. It's definitely less than 30 minutes. It did the job. All right. Now, ruby-v. Okay, so now it's running 3.3.4. I think we're there. Maybe, I don't know. Rails. Gem install Rails. I hope that this works this time. Didn't work last time. Gem install Rails. Maybe it was sudo gem install Rails. Maybe that's what I needed, but I'm going to assume it's probably like I feel like it's a virtual environment thing. Like Python does this as well, and it's always confused me. So I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, it's installing though. This won't take half an hour. Together, it might be a half an hour, but it's definitely not just the one. All right. All right. Okay, good. Things happened. I feel like that's more than we got before. Let's go Rails -- version. Okay. Rails is not currently installed on the system. How do you reset? Hold on. There's a way to reset source. That's it. Not bash rc. It's source this. And then I'll do source the other one. Because it might be both. Maybe this was never the issue. Yeah, so I don't have a bash rc. Rails -- version. Okay, good. So it's working. Things are happening. This is further than we got before. Get Rails project, Rails version, Rails new blog, Rails new blog. Let's go. All right, here we go. All right, so this is creating a Rails new blog somewhere. Users blog. Okay, sick. This created it in the place that I wanted it to. So creating a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to be installed. CD blog, which we will do. And then we're going to take a look through the folder. So like, I'm not terribly disappointed in this. I'm actually pretty happy. Okay, CD blog. And let's go, is it /code or .code? Unable to determine app path. Okay, /code. I feel like, hold the phone. Dang it. Shell, new tab with profile basic. Okay, good. So let's go ./code. No. Okay, open in VS Code. Open in VS Code. I do see your like, Leviathan, so I will take a peek in a couple of seconds. I just want to get this up and working in VS Code, if that's okay. Open in VS Code. From terminal, code, terminal. Oh, you can just by typing code. There we go. Okay, so VS Code should open up here in a second. Oh, excuse me. Ah, there we go. All right, so we got this in here. This is not the right. This is not what I want. It's just literally open VS Code. What? Get me started. What is the command? If anybody's here that knows, what's the command to open? Whatever. I'll just open it this way. It's fine. And then I'll just open the folder. File, open folder, blog, open. Sick. All right, so here we go. We got a project here. Let's go take a look at Leviathan's Scratch project. This is gonna be more challenging than I think for getting it up there, but I'm gonna head over to, you're watching this on Twitch. Let me head over to twitch.tv. I think I'll be able to grab it here. Yeah, I should. I wasn't sure. Yeah, links aren't super blocked, so you are good. Yeah, and I can see the link here. So let me grab this. I'll preview it just because I want to make sure that it's like appropriate for people. See inside. Let me see. Play. I like that. Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, I'm totally gonna show this. Are you kidding me? That's super cool. Hold on. All right, let me pull this over. Yeah, so this is I love showcasing some of these things. I mean, maybe I will do a little bit of Scratch stuff today. Yeah, this is the game that Leviathan's making. This is Scratch, by the way. So if you've never seen it before, visual programming language. You've got like all of the kind of blocks that you might use in your programming game, like over here. So like variables and operators and like sensing things and control, like all of the loops and all the rest of that stuff are kind of in here. Oh, I need to turn off my Twitch. And yeah, and so you click play here, and then we've got this. Yeah, this is super cool. It's like following the mouse. I'm guessing we're trying to avoid all of these things. Oh, I don't actually know if I'm trying to avoid. I think I am. Yeah, I definitely am trying to avoid. Oh, it's getting me. Maybe I'll use this, and maybe I'll try and find basically a bullet from a gun traveling in space. I love that. This is very cool. This is huge. I love it. All right, so let's go into here. Okay, so we are here in our VS Code with our Rails project. We've got our guide that we just followed here. It's walking us through all of this. I want to just start up the server to get started. So I'm going to go into my terminal, new terminal, bin Rails server, press enter. It's going to spin this up on localhost 3000. Hey, so we've got our Rails project, and this brings us obviously over to Rails, but this is actually our locally hosted project that's here. Let's kind of dig into our structure here. So we've got our README, not helpful for us, our rake file, nothing really important here. The lock file, this gem, these are all like the subcomponents that are in here. A Docker file, if we're running this on Docker. I love that, Leviathan. It's super awesome. Like, absolutely just love what you've made. Like, it's super cool. Let me move myself over here. All right. So here we go. This our config file. I bet config is going to be helpful for us later, but not right now. Some ignore files. We got our vendor file, JavaScript stuff, a temp folder. This is all not stuff that we're really going to be interacting with a lot. Test folder. We're not going to be doing test storage. Like SQLite database. We're not going to get into database stuff with this today. We got our public folder, which is going to be where all of our public stuff is living. I guess this doesn't use a templating format, which I kind of don't like, but also raw HTML files are not terrible. Log folder, library folder for assets and tasks. Not quite sure what those are. Our database seeder, and you can see here it's got like information on how to seed the database. But most of what we're worried about is going to be in, not in the bin. It's basically all going to be in the app. So like all of this stuff is great, but not super relevant to us. So the things that we really care about are model, view, controller. So models are all related to the database, which again, today we're not going to get into the database. We're really just focused on installing feature flags into here. We got our views, our application views. So this is kind of what we're seeing on that page. So if I go here, I think if I just type in this, it's going to show up on the page. So let me go here. Here, and then if I refresh this, I guess I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Let me close this for a minute. Close this. Maybe it needs to rebuild or something. I don't know. I would have figured that was there. Started getting, okay. So no, because this is just going to read out the template. So that's fine. Controllers. Let's go look in here. Application controller, concerns, views, application. Yeah, I want to know where we're getting that version. I guess we got to look through here. Assets is not going to be in here. Channels is not going to be in here, I don't think. Helpers, application helper, no. JavaScript, no. Application job, mailers, no. Models, no. Mailer bin. So, like, this is definitely where all of that stuff is being defined. I bet you if I delete this yield, which I love that it cancels it out. Do I need to turn this off and on again in order for it to actually rebuild? No, so maybe this is not what I think it is. Maybe that yield is not actually doing anything. Let's save that. ERB. I guess I don't have anything Rails extensions installed either, so maybe I should install some Rails extensions. Rails support. Love it. Nice. Chat on Gitter. Gitter, I don't think exists anymore. Okay, so I feel like this is maybe actually, what do we got in our controllers? Our application controller, we already looked at this. Maybe I should just go to the docs. How about that? Yeah, app, bin, config, all that stuff. Hello world. Okay, it's gonna, okay, say hello in Rails. This is what I was looking for. To get rid of say hello, you need to create a minimum, a route, a controller with an action and a view. So config routes, RB. Routes. That's the other thing that I was forgetting about here. Where's our routes? Views, layouts, models, mailers, jobs, JavaScript helpers, controllers, assets. Oh, it is in configs. Okay, config, routes. Oh, Rails health check. So that must, that default page. Oh, /app. Let's go to app/app. That's not anything. Where's our get up? Returns 200 if the app has exception, others 500. Notice Rails health check, routes, Puma. Okay, so I guess we haven't actually created anything. So let's follow what the process says. Let's get a page up here. Rails, routes draw, get articles index, create a controller. All right, so let's go in here and create this routes draw. So here we are, routes draw do, and we're gonna do this get. So this is a get endpoint for articles. We're gonna follow this process. We're gonna generate a controller for articles in a new terminal here. Let's do this. Bin Rails, sick, we created that. Awesome. Now we're gonna go create So now let's go over to our new controller that we just created. Controllers, articles controller, application controller. We got our index, hello Rails. Okay, great. We don't actually need to change anything here. Articles, app, views, articles index, app, views, articles index. Views, articles, index, find me in here. Oh. App, views, articles. Oh, I guess it is there. Okay, hello Rails. Ugh. Hello Rails. Oh, look at that. I forgot that I'm on here, so I got autocomplete. Let's get rid of that. And now I don't think we need to restart because we're running still. And I think now we can go articles. And we got our hello world. So we got some stuff in here. Okay, now that we've got a page, we've got a route, and we've got a controller. So I've got I don't need this anymore. We've got our new page that we just created. We've got our route. We've got our view. Let's get our controller here open because we're going to need this down the line. And now we're going to head over to DEVCYCLE. What do we want to start with? I said open feature compliant stuff. So let's go open feature. No, that wasn't right, but it found it. Docs. Ecosystem. Do they provide good documentation for their Ruby SDK? That's going to be my question. I mean, I guess they do. Do they have an in-memory provider that I can use? Because that's going to be what I really need, is like an actual practical example that I can use in here. no op provider, hooks coming soon. So Ruby doesn't have a huge amount of work that has been done into it. Am I going to regret doing this one? Maybe I'm going to regret Ruby. I mean, it works. If bundler is not being used, install the gem. Am I using bundler? Requirements 3.3. Okay, good. The gem and add it to the application's gem file. Okay. Hey, good. All right, fine. Gem, install the gem and add to the application gem file by executing if bundler is not being used to the gem. I want to go see what the DEVCYCLE docs look like. This may be a day where technically we're going to install OpenFeature, but we're actually going to do it like straight up through DEVCYCLE because I feel like our server-side stuff for Ruby is going to be a lot more straightforward. Although maybe we don't have OpenFeature compliance there. Gem install. Let's do DEVCYCLE first, just because I know that's going to be more straightforward, and then we can kind of go from there. So let's go gem install here. And then I'm gonna collapse all of this stuff. And then I do think that it'll add it into our gem file. Should update this. Yeah, let's see. Did it install it? DEVCYCLE. DEVCYCLE. So did it install it? That's the real question. Gem install. Acquire. I don't know if it actually installed it in here. This is all very interesting. Gem file. Install gems Ruby on Rails. Install gems Ruby on Rails. How to install gems in Ruby on Rails. Oh, I don't want to watch a whole treehouse video. How do I add a new package here, though? That's the question. Like, I've got all this stuff, and that's fine. How to use a bundler with Rails. Install gems. Use sudo if you know sudo to install gems. Gem install Rails. How to install gems from a gem file. Ruby on Rails. I specifically want to know Ruby on Rails. Install gems. If you're watching and you know, what is a Ruby gem? Install gems from a gem file. Ruby gem coverall. I want to add code coverage to my project. Coverall's a gem file. Bundle install in your shell. Bundle init. Once you have your gem file created, this will bundle init. Do I have to just add this to? Do I have to add this somewhere? That's the question. Add new Ruby gems to a Ruby on Rails project. Oh, awesome. How to use Ruby gems to extend an application. Gem install, gem name. Adding to, okay, so technically that installed it. Gem install. And what was the name in here? Go back to our installation stuff. So I think what we need to do is actually go in here and go gem DEVCYCLE Ruby SDK. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it at this and see. So I think that's there. And then close this. Oh, no. Hold on. What did I do? Go back. Yeah, I want to extend this. Bundle install. Let's go bundle install. Bundle install. Okay, good. So that's in there. So now let's go over into our controller and we're going to follow what we have here in our DEVCYCLE. So interestingly enough, it's not actually necessarily going to be possible to do DEVCYCLE open feature compliant stuff just because it doesn't look like we actually have full support for open feature in our Ruby SDK, which is fine. It's fine. Begin in class controller. I feel like I want to do it up here. Do I want to do it in here in routes? I'm going to do it in routes because I want to we're going to disable our route with our feature flag. We're going to just use a Boolean. All right. So here, let me close this. So we got require DEVCYCLE, setup authorization. We're going to grab our server SDK key from our M file. And where do we store our environment variables in here? Maybe from a config. Environments, Ruby, test, Rails application config eager load, production development. I feel like dev is really what's here. Environment RB. Feel like we're gonna show up in dev. Yeah, let's consider that this is here. In the development environment, your application code is reloaded anytime it changes. This slows down response time, but it's perfect for development. Enable reloading. So I think this is what I want. Can I add a custom environment variables? I can hard code it, but environment variables, Ruby on Rails. Rails environment variable. Let's go. Consider your Gmail, send messages, Gmail. And where does the environment variable actually live? Echo shell, bash shell. Use the Figaro gem. Local env.yaml. Setting environment variables in Heroku. Custom config. Custom config Ruby on Rails. Configuring your Rails application. How to find custom configuration variables in Rails. My application in Rails 3. My app. It could be initiated. Rails configuration, custom configuration variable. My config setting. New ways to do this. Custom configuration. Okay, you can either configure your own code through the Rails configure with custom configuration, either in config x namespace or config directly. Config super debugger. Okay, well, let's do this. I want to try this one. Okay. So I need to define this. Where do I confine this? Or define this, I guess. Feel like it's in here. Hold on. Yeah, it's definitely in here. Let's do it up here. They'll take precedence over config application. Config, initialize config blog. Okay, so maybe it's here. Yeah, it is here. Config super debugger. Okay, and we're gonna call this DEVCYCLE key. I don't want to call it that, but I'm gonna go over to DEVCYCLE and get that key out of devcycle.com. I'm gonna go off screen with this for a second. All right, let's grab a key. Server key for my development environment. It is my does it toggle. I'm gonna toss this in here and then I'm gonna quickly go away. And then I should be able to call that one. And I think that was just like DEVCYCLE key. Let's just call it DEVCYCLE SDK key. Let's just call it what it is. And then I can grab that Rails configuration DEVCYCLE SDK key. Application. Okay, we didn't want to actually change this. Gem file. Don't care about that. We leave that open. Leave that open. Oh, you don't need to see that. Pay no attention to the man behind the mirror. All right. Rails, and then we got DEVCYCLE. DEVCYCLE SDK key. Awesome. No, I don't need to do that. I want to grab this, and then I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to just put it in there. I think that'll work without causing too many shenanigans. So now we've got our authorization. We've got our user ID example. Begin, result, print result, exception. Okay. So we've added that. And now in here, I think now, anytime we do anything in our application, this should. Okay, good. We got this require cannot load such file. Is that what it showed in here? Require the last argument. Please don't default use local bucketing, cloud bucketing, installation procedure. Okay, we did that already. Get started. Require DEVCYCLE Ruby SDK key. Maybe I need to stop and start. Oh, that I definitely need to stop and start again. Hey, casual. Welcome, welcome. We're playing around in Ruby today. I'm back after a couple weeks of being away. All right, let's refresh this. Articles. Interesting. Okay, is this throwing an error? Okay, that's an okay error, though. I'm not incredibly upset by this. I am gonna... cancel all that out and refresh. So we're still getting this error. So articles should be here. Schema migration, so none of this should interfere with anything. I feel like it's going to be these ones where we start to get issues. So if I do this and then refresh, it's probably going to throw an error. Yeah, no route matches get articles. But that's not entirely true, is it? Oh, because I guess it runs into the error here and then... So it throws an error here. I guess I'll cancel that. It'll come back. So maybe it's the way that I'm loading this up in here. Yeah, so I don't think we're going to be able to do what I wanted to do. Let's do it in the controllers. Yeah, have a great rest of your weekend, Anthony. Bye. Index. All right. Is this gonna throw an error again? It is. Why? Uninitialized constant DEVCYCLE client. Uninitialized constant Ruby on Rails. Require book. Wonder if this is the same code that we get in app. Let me go over and see, because we often will get different examples here. So I'm actually going to pull this up. Development environment. Okay, let me pull this over here. Let's go to development environment. We got a bunch of variables here already. Let's scroll down to our code sample and see. So let's go to development. We're going to go Ruby. Variable name is fine. Require DEVCYCLE Ruby. Let me try this. This might be what's causing our problems. And then let's refresh our page. Still getting the same error. Uninitialized constant. Because our require is having an issue. It's not the gem that I installed. Gem file. DEVCYCLE Ruby server SDK. DEVCYCLE Ruby server SDK. schema migrations. It doesn't like in here. It's not seeing these things. It didn't install that gem correctly, that gem file. Why didn't it do that? Fetching, installing, use bundle info to see where the bundled gem is installed. DEVCYCLE Ruby server SDK installing. So it did install it. 87 gems now installed. I mean, let's see. Bundle info. DEVCYCLE Ruby server SDK. Path users gem Ruby. Okay, so it's installing it in there, but it's like installing specifically that version 1.2.0. Do I actually need to call that out? Dash 1.2.0. I feel like I shouldn't have to, but maybe? Question mark. I don't know Ruby well enough to know what I actually have to do. No, so it doesn't find that. So it is loading this file. So it is requiring this, and then something's going wrong. Did I mean option parser? I don't think so, but I don't fully know. I could mean that. Load the gem. I mean, it might be where I'm doing this as well. Like maybe I can't actually do a require statement in here. Let's Google for require. Okay, bundler I can. Application, require Rails all. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I actually can't do require statements in there. Gem file, rake file. Okay, let's require in controller. Ruby on Rails. I know a lot of this stuff is going to be in the require Ruby gems in Rails controller. No such. Okay. You shouldn't require gems in your controller. That's why bundler was added to Rails 3. Just add mechanized to your gem file like this, and then run bundler install. Any gem mentioned here will be required on application startup. Okay. So I guess I don't need the require there. So let's go and remove that then. Oh, routes maybe. So maybe I can do it in here. So I guess I don't need this anymore. No routes articles. So there is definitely an error that it's running into here. Receive value. I don't want this. I want to get rid of that. Application. I don't want to do it there. I want to do it in here. Maybe I want to do it here. I don't know. I wonder if it won't show it if I do it there. Options. Okay, so it's not, it does not like uninitialized constant. From gem file. Okay, even when the gem is required, require uninitialized bundler gem. Oh yeah, there we go. Require wordnet class search wordnet. Verb index K. Uninitialized constant error. So you're working on your Ruby app, you run the code name error uninitialized constant. This defines bar foo. Really really specific here. Sorry guys, I need to move my camera down a little bit. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Why are you not working? I don't need this window anymore. So this isn't a DEVCYCLE issue. It's an Andrew understanding Ruby issue. And just the way that Ruby functions. So I'm pretty sure, maybe I'll just try bundler install again. Is it bundle or bundler install? Bundle install versus bundler install. You know the difference they have for the browser gem install file. It's just gemless file. Maybe it's because I've installed both of them. Bundle install. We'll install bundler version. All right. I don't know. Bundle install. I'm just gonna run bundle install again. Bundle info. All right. Can I uninstall gem uninstall? Uninstall old versions. Gem list. Gem list. Gem list. Is the DEVCYCLE thing there? Gem. Remove all old versions of the gem. Gem. Is it cleanup? Cleanup. DEVCYCLE Ruby server SDK. It's gone. Okay, amazing. Bundle install. Installing DEVCYCLE Ruby SDK. Okay. Gem list. I mean, I'm assuming that this is what I wanted to do. I think so. So like this is require. So this is saying that we need to require. I don't know if that's true. Begin, end. I mean, listen, chat, we've been doing this together. So if you've got ideas here, I want to get rid of all this. This is just causing a ruckus. Bundle articles controller, don't want it there. Maybe want it here, but I don't think so. That's just where our key is living. Development, I don't think we want that. Routes, I mean, require, let's comment that out. Let's put this DEVCYCLE stuff inside the routes drawing. I think it's still going to cause an error. I think it's still going to say like that route does not exist. Yeah, it doesn't see that route. All right. I wonder if maybe I have to ask my good friend Google Gemini. Let me Gemini. This was for my thing that I did not last week, but yeah, I guess it would have been last week. Ooh, it's been a long week. All right. How can I use DEVCYCLE's Ruby SDK in a Ruby on Rails, let's say controller? See what it finds. Gem. Okay, we already did that. Then run bundle install. Okay, amazing. It is crucial to initialize outside of the controller's performance stuff. Okay, so it's giving us a lot of stuff here, but I think I need to share the issue that I had, which was, hold on, let me go back to here, because we're literally just we're gonna get rid of this stuff. We're not gonna use this right now. And I don't think we even need this, to be honest with you. I don't think we need this initialized stuff. I think it's already initialized. But I do think that we need this somewhere, and I think we need to do it in the controllers. So let's go over to our articles controller. Let's throw it in here. And I think it's still going to throw an error, but maybe this will be a helpful error for us. Ruby on Rails, articles. All right. Uninitialized constant DEVCYCLE client. Let's throw this into our Gemini. Run bundle install, which we already did. This should be initialized outside of the controller. Ideally, verifies your initialization code. So how did they initialize things? So they did it here. Rails configuration, config initializers, unicorn, Puma. Once initialized. So this is what's interesting here is like, it says we want to do it outside, but I think that the issue here is not this. Uninitialized constant. I mean, can we not use an uninitialized constant outside of there? Do we have to initialize it elsewhere? Hold on. Maybe we do. I mean, listen, this is possible. Maybe we do have to put it up. Maybe in the application stuff. Hold on. Application, like on boot. I mean, I'm gonna try it here. I'm gonna do this and see what happens. Config. I mean, let's see. Is this gonna throw an error? It might throw an error. Let's see. No. So no error there. All right, that's good. But it might throw an error here. Not seeing an error here. So let's do config DEVCYCLE. Oh, and then I want to go Ruby configuration. And then we want to do DEVCYCLE. I mean, I guess I don't need to do this, and it's fine. Y'all are seeing this SDK key here anyways. All right, let's config .devcycle client config.user. Again, I don't know if this is the right place to initialize all this stuff. Ruby Server SDK. I guess this is it. Ruby. Yeah, let's do this. Let's try this. Application controller. Let's do it here. Result equals Ruby configuration. DEVCYCLE client all features user dot, and this is going to be again Ruby dot configuration user config DEVCYCLE client config user refresh. Okay, we're getting an error here. Oh, Ruby. Ruby dot configuration. Configure Ruby Rails dot application RB config time zone. Custom configs. How is it? Custom config Ruby on Rails. And then this is going to bring us over to our new one for Rails 4. Oh, it's Rails. Rails.configuration. Not Ruby.configuration. All right. Thanks for dropping in, but we are going to go over to Twitch and we're going to get rid of that comment. Not liking that. All right, delete. Amazing. That's gone. So we're back over here, and this is actually Rails. Is it just Rails.configuration? Yeah, Rails.configuration, DEVCYCLE. All right, Rails, configuration user, over here, DEVCYCLE client for an instance of Rails application. Rails configurations. Is it configurations? config. Okay, so it's not finding this. Not finding DEVCYCLE-client. Config.DEVCYCLE-client. Okay, so that, it's good. It's better error. Rails application configuration. What's our issue here, people? Custom config, configuring Rails, production environment, merchant ID production, Rails, configure, config payment, config repayment. Where would I put these? Rails configuration. Do I need to put these somewhere? Is there, maybe there's a specific place that I need to put these? No, this is in config, initializers, application, boot. I mean, I don't think so. Config.DEVCYCLE-client, config.user. Where do I call, like, load defaults? Do I actually call that load defaults anywhere? Time zone? I mean, I don't call it. Please add to the ignore. How do I use? Using custom configs. Yeah, there was a troll comment there for a second. It's good. You know you're popular when you get troll comments. Rails. All right. Okay, so yeah, I should be able to set it anywhere. Class application Rails. There's single variables that are constant across environments. Get a variable directly in Rails application file config. Okay, so maybe I'm just putting in the wrong spot. No, application Rails application config support email. Okay, Rails configuration support email. Rails configuration. DEVCYCLE client. Is it okay? It's config class end config. Yes. Okay, that's good. And then in here. Rails configuration DEVCYCLE client. Do I need to maybe I copy this and comment it out? Yeah, let's refresh this. So it still doesn't like that. Oh, that's right. I wanted to refresh this now. So it's not finding DEVCYCLE client. Maybe it's because of the way that I'm running this. Maybe we need to stop and start again. Uninitialized constant. Okay, so now config DEVCYCLE client DEVCYCLE. It still doesn't like where I'm initializing the DEVCYCLE client. How did it tell me to do it over in Gemini? Initializer file configuration. Rails configuration DEVCYCLE client. Yeah, but I don't think that initializers exists. And then I'm using it like this. Yeah, I don't know if this is actually gonna work, guys. So this may not, this may be, we've had a few of these where we've had it does a toggle and it's been like, not easily, but initializers, does that exist? Okay, config initializers. So this does actually exist. Config. Okay. This is going to expire. Okay. So I will create this new file. DEVCYCLE.rb. Dang. I mean, listen, it could be right. Gemini. What is it actually supposed to look like? No, I feel like it's just that. Don't need that assets, need this, and then we need this. Okay, fine. In the controller, my controller index, user gun ID. I think this is going to cause the same error. Begin. All right, let's do this. Dev index, end, rescue end, begin end. Ugh, let's just copy all this. Articles controller. Let's just copy this. Articles controller, application controller, def index. Oh, let's cancel that out. So let's see if this actually does the job. I don't think it's gonna work. I genuinely think that this is not going to work, but trust AI, no. What's it saying there? Still doesn't like the way that I'm initializing. Oh, hold on. Booting Puma. Oh, I am using Puma. Where's the... Still feel like it is not gonna work. The same error here. On worker do. On worker boot. Yeah, so that's not working. I don't think that's necessary. We're still in this situation. It still really doesn't want to initialize the client. Uninitialized constant name error. Option, try reverting, try to compile the gem locally. It could also be that it just does not play well with a like a Ruby on Rails project. Like it is very possible that that is like that Rails could be the problem here. Uninitialized constant name error, Rails. Okay, Rails console sandbox. Restart the Rails console. Change the model to get picked up. If your model file is called phone number. This is interesting. Let's go look here. Add require to application RP. I mean, let's do it. Let's see if we actually do need require. DEVCYCLE Ruby server SDK. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know, people. We're getting there, though. Oh, I need to actually get it to run. No, still not. Hey, same error. Same error? Like, we've definitely installed it. It's definitely in the gem file. I don't think that Rails would cause the problem. I mean, maybe, we're an hour and a half in. I might just have to get like a basic Ruby project up and running. Rails might not be our friend today. Basic Ruby project. Fresh Ruby project. goodness. Is there a basic Ruby project? Simple Ruby starter? Ruby in 20 minutes. I don't want to. Ruby for beginners. Write your first Ruby program. Nano, hello RB, puts RB, running RB, output hello world, nano, greeting RB, Ruby, greeting RB. Okay, let's take it back now. Let's take it back for a second. Let's take it back. So Rails is not playing well for us right now, and that's super sad because I love everything about this so far. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the Ruby syntax and all the rest of that, but like this seems to be like not wanting to play well. So let's create a new project. New Ruby project with bundler. Setting up a fresh Ruby project. How do I set up a basic Ruby project? I just want to get like a Ruby starter. Ruby starter project. Ruby app boilerplate. Gem install bundler. Bundler install. If bundler install fails. Using Docker. I don't want to use Docker. I don't want to use Docker. Usage. Run. The app entry point script. Oh, this is rapid Ruby starter. I want just like a simple Ruby project. Last year. Oh my goodness. CD clone that project name bin Rails date. Oh, this is a Rails thing. I don't want a Rails project. I don't know. I want like a really simple, Ruby project. Just base Ruby. Battlesnake Ruby? Do we have a Battlesnake Ruby? I know Battlesnake. Fork your repo, bundle update, registering your Battlesnake. That's nice. It's a nice, repo, but it seems a bit I want just like a super simple Ruby web server. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Simple Ruby web server. 30-line HTTP server in Ruby. Requires socket, server close, bake a get request. Okay, where's serving a rack admin on service receiving response to request? I feel like, hold on. Kind of want to do something like this. Just like a super simple, minimal Ruby HTTP server. While session requires socket. I feel like there's more here that I need to do. 30 lines of code requires socket. Because where do I need to install socket? I mean, this is what I don't understand about Ruby. It's like my Python issue as well. Simple HTTP. Build your own web server with Ruby. All right, listen for connections. Where do we start? Okay. I need a simple project to start here, guys. Make your own thin, a very fast and simple. Oh, this is simple? Simple Ruby starter. Simple Ruby starter. I don't want Battlesnake stuff, guys. Ansible starter. A simple Ruby app 2013. I'm not feeling super optimistic about this, people. I'm not unoptimistic. Like, we've definitely been down here before. But I'm struggling with this Rails thing. Maybe it's just me. Ruby on Rails starter kit. Like, there's something with the initialization process that is just not playing nice. Can I just install a gem into Ruby? All right, we're back. Don't worry. I'm here. I don't know what happened there, but we're here. We're back. All right. ls. Great. Let's do make dir. I don't know, Ruby. Yeah, thank you. I don't know what happened there. Let's go touch ruby.rb or test.rb or app.rb ls, or let's go and now open this one, /code cd ruby code / there we go. Okay, and do we not actually have a file in there? Did I not create a file in here? I think I did, but ruby.app.rb. Okay, and let's hello world in Ruby hello world. Let's just do this. Hello world, really? Puts hello world. And let's run the puts hello world. Is that literally it? No, puts hello world. Ruby hello world RB. I guess I needed to go like super Ruby, like very simple Ruby. Oh, whoops. And then we're gonna Ruby app.rb hello world. All right. Let's jump back into our stuff that we had over in our app.devcycle.com. So Rails may, I'm not going to admit that it's defeated me, but maybe it has. I don't know. Feel very defeated this week. All right, let's pull this. Name, grab this. All right, let's put all this stuff in here and see. Require should still be there. Good, good. Puts. Okay, good. So let's see what happens here. Ruby app RB. Interesting. So like simple, it does work actually. Like simple Ruby does seem to work, but also user ID, it's on. So let's go into here, development, variation on, variation off. This is a Boolean, it is Boolean. Save. So now receive value should be off. So like, it's just a Ruby initialization thing. Like it should have been working. It's working here. So Rails is got some interesting. If you're a Rails user, I'd love to know what I was doing wrong there. It just seems like everywhere that I'm trying to initialize it, it doesn't work. But like, this is it. I mean, this is the simple implementation, and it's like it's not super useful. Like this just seems really simple, and like wouldn't really help me too much. And that's why I really want to use it in another location. I can't initialize. Yeah, uninitialized. Initialize a constant in Rails. Require bar, require bar. Oops, I did it again. This is like everything you need to know about Ruby constants. Fruit, orange, because constants are an important topic. How to define constants. Name error. Like, this is the wild thing, is it's literally, it works in just like a straight up Ruby project, but not in Rails. Uninitialized constant. Uninitialized constant Rails project. Yeah, exactly. Undefined local variable. Dummy. How to resolve constant class autoload. To resolve the error, we have to load our class into the environment. And to do so, we have to add the following in the Rails project. Which all Ruby files are present. Config autoload paths. To resolve this error, load our class. What causes an uninitialized constant error? Whenever a class or module that can't be found, this error occurs. This require method is missing, which is used to load another file. Many methods. Variables start with lowercase letters, whereas class names are uppercase letters. In the above code, we use sum for the main object. The code contains Ruby gems, which all new Rubies disapprove of. Really? How to resolve uninitialized name. Rails get root. Rails generate static page. Root 2. There's something happening here. Why are you not initializing? Uninitialized constant in application controller? No. It's like name error. It's like it is there, but like not the right way. The way that it initializes is wrong. Okay, so this works. This works. File. File. Open recent. Blog. Index. Not in here. Controllers. Application controller. It doesn't like this. I don't think. It doesn't like this. Uninitialized constant DEVCYCLE client. Do I really? Could it really be that easy? Index, where did I put this? It's in application.rb. No, it's in initializers, DEVCYCLE RB. I mean, uninitialized constant. What? Uninitialized constant. Oh my goodness. API token, authentication, uninitialize my API, live, module my API, base request. Auto loading is disabled. I tried using eager loading paths, presently my API, Rails, eager loading paths. Maybe that's it. Autoloader paths. If I update the autoload with eager loading paths. Yet another name error initialized problem. Is it an autoloader thing? Fly.io. This is from February. You need devise in production. Oh, is that it? Hold on. Is it not in this environment? Hold on, where's my gem file? Test, development. Does it not actually install it? Hold on. I don't even know if I'm in here. Let's run this in here. Let's just install, bundle install. Okay. No, still running into this error here. Still getting this uninitialized constant. I don't know how to solve that. If anybody does. So like in Ruby it works. So like Ruby, I would say Ruby does toggle, Ruby on Rails. I'm not sure. Development. Require false. I do think that it's like this is outside. Like I think 100%. Just checking some messages. Nothing in there. All right. Yeah, it's definitely causing this initialization issue. It's definitely like Booma Rails server start exiting uninitialized constant. It's this uninitialized constant here. It's like the way that I'm doing this. Do I need to like do something different, like test equals DEVCYCLE client. Then do that. I wonder what that will do. What will this do? Still an issue, hey? Which is still the same error. Uninitialized constant. It has not initialized yet. Do I need to do require DEVCYCLE Ruby server SDK? Is that what I needed to do? No, that's still causing the error. It's funny, there's so many errors around this that like I cannot solve. Maybe this is a Googling problem. Let's go back to Gemini. I continue to get the undefined constant. What is the error that I'm getting here? Initialize constant doesn't. So I've got all that. I've definitely got that. Require, yeah. That's fine. Namespace issues. DEVCYCLE correctly matches the client class is in a separate file. No, that's good. Ruby gem file. Do I need to do the correct version? Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I need to do the actual. No. Yeah, this is like the super interesting thing. Require DEVCYCLE Ruby SDK. I don't think I need to install a specific version. Yeah, this is what's causing my issue. I mean, maybe I can ask it up here. Let me ask over in ChatGPT, because ChatGPT sometimes does better. Chat.openai. We've only got about 10 minutes left, so we may not accomplish this today, which is okay. I mean, this is just the exploration of gem DEVCYCLE. That's not right. No. Docs. SDKs. Server-side SDKs. Ruby. Installation. Okay, we install that. Bundle install. Gem install. Require DEVCYCLE. It thinks it's required DEVCYCLE. I don't think it is. This is what it's saying. Oh, really? Oh my goodness. Read the freaking docs, Andrew. Although... this is like, come on, man. Read the docs. So ahead of myself. But that's what I was doing before. Client new that. Yeah, this is nothing new. This isn't actually. Yeah, this isn't actually. When using Puma with the preload app configure set true the SDK on reboot in the config Puma. I really hope that this was not what was happening. Because that's going to really bother me. On worker, is there an on worker? On worker, not yet. All right, let's go in here. On worker do. Okay, this may be just a moral of the story. Read the docs, people. Hope it's not, but it may be. This has happened before on here for me too. Like hour and a half in. In fairness, it took me a while to get where I was going. Let's run this. Let's run this. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Initialize constant again. Yeah, that's fair. I think this was stuff that like had been fed out. I don't think this actually. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, interesting. So it's still not actually. It's still not actually doing what we want it to do. Undefined method for an instance. Does it actually show how to use it in here though? Usage. Does it show this in Rails? I feel like I do it here. Begin, rescue. Maybe I just need to do this. Set the user review mode doc for no. I want to do this and see what happens. Where is that hiding? Ruby. Getting articles completed. Is it showing an exception? Exception when calling DEVCYCLE. Okay. User, because it's not finding the user stuff. It's definitely read the freaking docs, Andrew. Read the freaking docs. Read the freaking docs. Is it going to do the same thing to me here? Where it's going to throw that error because it's going to be like I feel like it's going to be that uninitialized constant. So, oh no, there we go. Still grabbing that variable value, rendering layouts, which does a variable value. Just because it's not finding it, user variable key is going to be name. Stop and start again. Exception when calling DEVCYCLE client. Why is it getting it when calling DEVCYCLE client variable value? Why? What if I just call this? what's the exception? Is it not seeing DEVCYCLE client? Am I... Only required is user ID. The rest are optional. Original doc, reset of fields. Skip value DEVCYCLE fetch. DEVCYCLE client. So this is showing how to get it to use this here, but I feel like maybe... Do I need to literally call this way? I feel like that's not going to work. Maybe it will. I don't know. Something's happening. Error when calling. I don't know. Let's see what happens here. Oh yeah, that's what I want. Rescue. Yeah, that's what I want to print. Actually, I want to see what the error is. Okay, good. Uninitialized DEVCYCLE error. No, I just want to rescue error. Rescue. Error. Error. All right. So today was not a great does it toggle day for me, it seems. So technically, like the actual Ruby SDK stuff works, straight up Ruby. It's really just my interpretation of how Rails works. I feel like maybe I should have just started like straight up Ruby. That's fair. And then built my way up. But like Rails really does seem to be like the one that's directly associated here. So, I mean, if you're watching this and you've got any thoughts, please let me know. Maybe I can do better. Let me know what I messed up on, because we got it working, but we're not quite there yet. We haven't quite gotten where we need to go. But I feel as though it is a Friday. It is like 6 o'clock for y'all on the East Coast. I've been on stream for like 4 hours now, with different things. So I think that for today, I'm going to call that. And the question, does Rails toggle? I think it probably does. Have we gotten there today in the past 2 hours? No. Did we figure out some of the idiosyncrasies with getting a Ruby environment and a Rails environment set up on a Mac device? Absolutely. Did we kind of get partway there? Yes, but I'm not sure if we've quite managed our full way through yet. So I may revisit Ruby on Rails. I may play around with it a little bit more. Maybe I'll even do a blog post on Ruby on Rails. Who knows? But for today, I think that's where we're going to call it here on Does It Toggle. If you like this stream, be sure to tune in. I'm here every single Friday exploring these different technologies and seeing how easy or difficult it is to add DEVCYCLE's SDKs and Open Features SDKs into them. Ruby definitely beat us today, but that's okay. It's part of the nature and the journey of learning is not to always get the right answer, but we will be back. Whoa, I've gone blurry. We'll be back again next week with more Does It Toggle, new technologies, more streams. It'll be fun. But until then, I'm going to say farewell to everybody for today. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe on all of the different channels. And if you haven't already, join our Discord community, bit.ly/DevCycle Discord. Y'all, it has been absolutely real for today. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you around the DevCycle community. Bye-bye, everybody.
Don't go in there. They're having the let's try to figure out what customers want meeting again. It's gotten a little weird.
Signups are strong, but adoption of key features remains stagnant. What do you do?
We gotta merge that PR. Yeah, we have to. That's our only choice. Okay. We cast merge on the PR for the new dashboard. Oh no.
Your actions have caused the company to go viral for the wrong reason.
God.
Oh no, what do we do?
Roll for initiative.
I can't.
New features shouldn't be left to a roll of the dice. Use DEVCYCLE to ship with low risk and instant rollbacks. Unrolls, re-rolls. How do we make this into a dice pun?